Whoa, 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 what up? Hello, stream. Hello, stream. Video. Skirt. What is chat? What is chat? All right. Doing software, gaming. Yup. Made a new thumbnail. Yup. Oh. Oh man. Gotta do a whole tag system. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this stuff. It feels like if I don't, like I'm shooting myself in the foot. So let's just do, we'll just copy. Some more. Copy. And paste. Sure, save. All right. Back. Same thing all over again. Gaming. All right. Slowly putting together. Okay. All right, thumbnail. New thumbnail. All right, we did the smart people things. I just need to go back. Get the link. Cancel. All right. Yep. We are live. What's up TikTok? What's up YouTube? What's up Twitch? By the way, crazy thing. I actually heard that they're starting to, I guess, react a little bit more strictly to multi-streaming, or maybe they always did. So for those of you who don't know, it's kind of bananas. They decided at some point or another that they would basically, if you're advertising in chat or it doesn't seem like you're reacting to chats equally, basically anything more than Twitch, they will strike down your channel possibly, and like count that as like a net, like as like a warning, like grounds for warning, which is bananas to me. But here we are in the as the kids say, the big 2025. Also, I feel like I should officially announce it. I'm kinda giving up on Horrific Visions 8 Mass. Maybe I'll try a couple more times. I don't know. I'm not hooked where I'm enjoying it. I'm just not. But some type of bullshit is bound to happen, and it always seems to happen on something to kill me, to murk me in one run, and then by the second time I'm done for. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm having fun with it anymore. So I don't know if I'll keep on doing it. So I wanted to get like the mad for like the 8 Mass, but it doesn't seem like it's happening. 1 and 2, it's just like it's something will happen, and I'm just like, oh well, that's just because I had 46 mobs on me, and or I got stunned in 3 layers of circles, and it took me from full sanity, which is already halved, to 0 sanity. So it's not to be like it's not my fault. I'm sure there are people who could do it, and I'm sure there's classes that could do it quite easy too. That's what I'll hear every single time. Every single time. I'm not able to complete one of these. Can we get in a theater of pain real quick? No, I don't want to do a plus +1 of what I've already got. But yeah, basically people say the Stormwind run is easier than Org. I get that. I want to hear people out and be reasonable, but at the same time, I don't see myself completing one. I've tried as a tank. Simply fights last too long. I've tried as DPS, and you're just too fragile. I'm sitting there spamming, like no joke, spamming to try to get like enough heals off in time, but it just doesn't turn out that way. So it makes me sad, but here we are. We'll make it. And I do have my talent trees all filled out too. It's kind of got like I've kind of just maxed out on things that I can do. Maybe we're not meant for like solo hard content. We're just we're able to do, well, maybe pet battles is our, you know, like maybe that's where our skill level lies. Who knows, chat? Who knows, chat? You ever wonder if your skill level lies with just, you know, thinking you can play the game? And it's all like you're just all talk, you know? Maybe. Maybe that's what I am, you know? Gotta accept it. But today, we are going to do the Rise of the Red Dawn. Rise of the Red Dawn. We're gonna go through the little bit of story that we have. For those of you wondering, I've already done some of the upgraded, like oversparked. What are they called? Delves, and they're okay. They're not really that different. You just gotta. I think it encouraged, like, one thing that's kind of like, I don't know if it was their intention. You kind of have to loot everything because you can get more of the little Titan discs. So it does kind of like force you to do that a bit. Which is nice. I mean, like, I like full clearing delves. It feels more wholesome. That's a freaky mount. Yeah, these are all the horrific visions mounts. So the only one I don't have is the Panther because I just don't have the patience for it. But not magma shell. I'm sorry, not magma shell. Corruption of the aspects. Stop clicking. I keep on clicking the wrong one. Oh, because I put it over here. Male Muncher. Void Scarred Griffin. Wicked Swarmer. Oh, where's the where is he? I think I'm missing one from this list. I feel like I'm missing one. Hold on. Revisited. What was the other one? Oh yeah, the death cycle. Death cycle. That was one too. Missing Swarm Eye, Corruption of the Aspects. Oh yeah, we don't have the 8 masks. We don't have the 8 mask one. It's like a shadow worm. Hold on. Naya, Lothan Shadow Worm. We don't have this one, unfortunately. Void Crystal Panther. We do have the Void Force Stallion. Yup. The Wicked Swarmer. Oh, I didn't add this one to my favorites. What's that favorites? There's the Pack Mother. The Pack Mother. Pack Mother. I might not have the Wind Rider though. On Void. Oh, yeah, there's a Wind Rider. It's a favorite. Some of these I just forgot to set the favorites. There's the Wind Rider. I actually do think the Wind Rider is one of my favorites, to be honest, because it reminds me of like the old Horde mounts. That cycle we have Black Serpent of N'Zoth. Ooh, do we get this one? Through the Depths of the Visions? Through the Depths of the Visions. Oh, we didn't do a 5 mask on Org yet. So we have to do that, I guess. I didn't realize that was different from the other one I had. It's different. Do you ever get anything from Trading Post? I did get something from Trading Post so this time around for sure. Oh, you guys want to see my new toy? I just got it. It's like a new hearth. I don't collect toys, so it's my thing is barren. Y'all wants to see? Where is it? I just remember where it was positioned. Gosh, there's so many. I know people who collect toys. Redeployment module. Look at that. That's kind of a cool little hearth toy, right? That's a neato. A neato burrito hot hearth toy. All right. I do. In short, I do. I actually just recently got something from there. I guess my problem with it, though, especially as of late, you'll max out your rewards and your collections in your adventure log. So I'm not nothing from the chest, right? But there'll be so much to spend, and it's like, well, you know, it's just kind of what it is. But if you're somebody who's always on like the cutting edge and trying to like get the mounts and stuff like that, or transmog, there's times where you're legit not gonna be able to have enough. So as someone who doesn't have everything, I have to pick and choose very carefully what I get. So I was like, I'll get the Inferno helm. That seems kind of cool. I like this hood because it doesn't cover my beard and also matches the color of my beard for my Dark Iron Dwarf. I was like, this is like very Burning Crusade. That, like, I like that a lot. And then I got the beach wear because I was like, you know, summer. But what was the one that I was thinking of, like, that I really wanted? The dismount, and then what else? What else? I think there was a purple version of this one. Yeah, this one. So yeah, it kind of bums me out that you can't necessarily get enough. Like, I only have 35. The beach bikini for summer. This one. The netting is I didn't see this on a female character. Give me a second. I do like the hat though. Yeah, I'll definitely get the other outfit, but yeah, you just don't get enough Trader's Tender to really to spend proper. So like I'm investing a lot of time. It just you max out on how many points you can get. So I gotta go, which ones do I want versus which ones am I willing to accept FOMO, you know? That's kind of a bummer. To me, that's not great design. And I know why. It's because they want you to go into the shop and just say F it, you know, like you don't care. Like they don't necessarily care about it. Like, it is what it is though. Since we're doing story, do we want to go full casual and just do single button rotation? We can do single button rotation today. That might be good. Just to see how it is. I've already tested it in things like visions and like that stuff to see how it would go. And the unfortunate part is it doesn't do interrupts, nor does it do like defensives. So I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess I can't do this. So it's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. Kind of the way it is though. Kind of the way it is though. All right, we got, let Let me make sure I got audio on. I think I do. I did my transmog specifically so I wouldn't look bad in cutscenes, because I think there's cutscenes in this. I don't want to look bad. Dialogue is up. Turn music down. Actually, we'll turn music up a little bit. Okay. Sound is on. Okay.
Pity.
Pity.
That a family squabble could make me loath to return here.
Oh, couldn't voice the second character. Marin's lucky she's your niece. I would have killed her for what she did.
There is so much yet to learn in the topside world.
All right, stand and look with Farron. Okay.
Is that?
You saw me see it walking up on the side? Oh, it's hilarious.
Yes.
Then the stories and legends I read as a child were true.
Stories are just stories, Farron. And that wall is just a wall.
Wow, that was...
I know Arathi history is embellished enough.
Okay.
But are you not proud of your heritage?
Yes, but pride in our legends foments stromic superiority and reasons to strike at our neighbors.
Okay.
I understand. Among my people, some still distrust outsiders. I had thought your people...
Going to Kaz Olgar was unpopular in Stromgarde. But the Sons of Lothar promote tolerance and mercy.
Oh my god. Tolerance. Tolerance. You know, I got excited when I heard about the Arathi because there was so much to it where it was like they should have disliked the Horde and Hammerfall, but for different subset reasons. And they should have hated the Nerubians. They should have been these radicals, like on the edge of being like another Scarlet Crusade, but they ended up being so
finally, the Alliance
PG.
sent us help.
Finally, what's happened here, Walker?
Instead of the world of bandits roaming the highlands, but I don't know what it was this. I didn't know it was this bad. Just what happened to this attack. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we might as well start here.
The Sons of Lothar will remain vigilant.
Trollbane will fix all this. I know it.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Why now? Why us? What do they want?
Oh, that's right. Single button, single button, single button. Ooh, yeah, we rocking it. We're rocking it. Single button. Can we play full cinematic mode? Hold on. Oh, it just goes, what? It's just, okay. Never mind. It just goes your current layout. It doesn't like reset it all for you. Okay. For humanity. Ooh, another quest for me. It also doesn't charge for you as well. It'll always choose to do heroic throw versus a charge if you're a warrior. Yeah, I don't know if I would have thrown that on my own. Seems a little bit out like a little overkill. Boom. Stolen torches. Not the stolen torches. Okay, it does the mortal strikes, it does the rends, does the overpowers. Gotta love the Defias. The classic group of people that Alliance loves to kill, like they're not at fault for creating them. like they didn't create them. All right, last one. What do we gotta do? Ooh, she all tied up, girl. What up?
They look like Defias, but what would they be doing here?
What? Dearest me. I'm pretty sure when in this area, the Defias have always been here, but just, I don't know. That my classic brain, like, am I forgetting something?
They called themselves the Red Dawn. They wanted me to join them.
It's a stuffed animal named Ellie. All right. I got my snail. We're fine. We're fine.
Daddy? Mommy? I guess...
Oh, Maggie, you're all right.
My farm.
My lord, who are the Red Dawn?
I do not know. Well met. I could use another
Alright.
seasoned soldier at my side.
Bro, come on. just like stop. Okay. Let's end this.
At ease, champion.
All right. Don't recognize this emblem, and the Defias had it on their person. Turns it over in his battle-scarred hand, frowning.
Back to diplomatic affairs.
A Defias attacked the theft of tar and torches. A group called the Red Dawn recruiting here in the heart of Highlands. Stormguard was right to send a missive asking for my return. What is going on here? I placed Colonel Niles in charge of Marin's foolishness, led to her imprisonment. I must head to Stormguard and speak with Niles immediately.
It felt good to go to battle once.
All right, let's go.
We must continue on to Stormguard, unless Faerun.
Unrest in Newstead. We don't have the hands to quell the unrest here.
If more hands are needed to keep Stormguard safe, the champion and I are ready to help.
The champion, that's me.
Stormguard has a reputation.
Much worse than I thought with the attacks disrupting supply lines. The people are angry, hungry, and looking for someone to blame. The easy choice is blaming our neighbors at Hammerfall. Hold on, you guys are hungry? All right, let's go. All right. I see Faerun volunteered for both of you to help the people of Stormguard. Do not like putting either of you at work but on diplomatic mission, but helping Brewston. While I speak to Niles will put my mind at ease.
Unrest in Newstead.
This guy's so
We
like
don't have the hands
soft.
to quell the unrest here.
If more hands are needed to keep Stormguard safe, the champion and I are ready to help.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Stay safe. For Stormguard. Obliged for your help, but keep your eyes open. There are agitators about.
Apologies for putting you to work. We will speak again after I have briefed Niles and Brewston.
All right. Let's go. Supporters sent home. Oh, they don't want to be sent home.
Leave Stromgard.
Have you ever heard of single button rotation?
It's good to feel the sun on my skin once more.
Our last shipment of iron was stolen by bandits, but I'll do what I can.
We could try to recover those shipments. I will speak to Danath.
I like how, like, as of late, the story has been like, hey, what kind of people can we genocide and harm justifiably today? That's what it is. It's goblins,
Marin,
Wrathy.
true heir of the Trollbanes, will deliver us from the Horde. She will be Stromgarde's salvation.
All right. Joseph. All right. Hark, look at the creatures Danath allows into your city. A traitorous dwarf. They are here to steal your resources to fund their imperialism. These so-called friends of treacherous alliance travel to exploit newfound lands while we suffer and starve. They send grain to gnomes, elves, and Draenei. And when we need help, where are they? Okay, so classic, like,
What's this?
helping other people over us.
Trollbane's minions threatening me for speaking the truth? Is
The
this
truth.
justice? Is this righteous? I will comply for now. But a new dawn is approaching for all humanity. Be ready, my friend.
Is this retail? Yeah, it's the new Red Dawn story. This is potentially going to leave it into 11.3, which is the last major patch.
That's 3
I think
caravans
of
today.
this expansion.
To Stromgarde.
The war with it is over after the so like this will be like the
We're
last
already
part
doing
of it.
Everything we can to help.
Confronting Xal'atath left no one to protect Stromgarde. No wonder these people feel neglected.
All right. We were just here for Plunderstorm though. It's fine.
I am here as a representative
Oh, they left.
of the people of Hallowfall.
They didn't fight at all. They always fight me. I'll get more friends, just you wait. All right. I'm thinking starting up about War Within didn't play. Are you too late to start? I would say no. You probably would have time still to say like do Mythic Plus, etc. Just because there's tons of things going on right now to help you level characters, say if you need a level character. Or alternatively, if you are looking to get into like end game content, I think you still have a little bit of time. So at least do like LFR and normal.
Brewston would not ask if you were not desperate.
If that's not your bag, if you don't like doing like end game content and things like that, I'd recommend just like achievement hunting, because the next expansion is coming soon, or the next expansion is going to be like right around the corner. And they've basically already released like hey, if you want to start working on housing and doing that kind of stuff, if that interests you, you can start working on those achievements. You can start working on building that kind of stuff. So the other thing is they just released this thing called Single Button Rotation Assistant. So basically it'll cast all the spells that based on like your situation to help you potentially learn the class. I don't need it. I'm kind of past that point. But when you're playing story, like I don't really, I'm not really looking to master my rotation, so you could probably just spam it, you know? So that's a way you can think about it. So I would say it's easy to get into learning a class, pretty easy to jump into endgame, but if not, just do solo content and then focus on getting like the achievements and resources for housing. The idea behind housing is like they're gonna reach back to old expansions and go like, hey, get these resources from Wrath or get these resources from Kata to help build a chair, you know, or a bookshelf or something like that. So it's trying to connect those old expansions.
If Lord Danath would stop talking to orcs and start killing them, we wouldn't.
I feel like there's way too many buttons to play a lot of ESO. I need something fresh. Yeah, I mean, there definitely is a lot of button bloat in this game, but with a button like that, I mean, if you don't really care for that, or like maybe you're just like, hey, until I learn it, can we chill? Yeah, that's definitely a nice little, I would say like a crutch. Like I wouldn't use it forever because there is downsides to using it. I'm Colonel Veronica Niles, and I am the command of Stromgarde in Lord Trollbane's absence. I'm sure while aiding our people, you've heard the name Marin. Stromgarde Lady Marin Trollbane is Danath's niece. She was briefly regent while Lord Danath Trollbane campaigned for troops in Khazalgar. Her actions during his absence led him to imprison her when he returned. That said, Lord Trollbane felt Faerun should speak to her, perhaps to get perspective. I can take you to her if you wish.
For Stromgarde, he would have introduced Marin himself, but Geara summoned him urgently to Hammerfall. Come with me.
Strange that Danath would leave without us.
I've never played ESO though. I've tried to get into it though.
Niece.
I've seen some streams here and there.
I stand for the people of Stromgarde.
Being here is like being in the stories I was told as a child. You are a prisoner. Why does Colonel Niles defer to you?
You should know. Names carry weight. Baron Lothar.
Oh.
Despite your elven blood, a great Arathi warrior returning gives us hope that those dissatisfied with Lord Danath Trollbane.
It's more action. I feel a lot of movement lots of move canceling and only 5 skills per weapon.
And orcs on our lands, and dwarves and elves in our cities. All will rise.
There's a lot more variety in WoW.
A new dawn, and that when they do, I hope you'll be part of it, Theron.
I would like to see Stromgarde as it was, but your promises are empty, and I would never betray Danath.
You say that now, but you'll see it my way, in time.
Dang. She's taking that prison sentence well. She's like, all right, cool. I'll be the villain.
She all but told me she was involved with the Red Dawn.
If you had found Lord Trollbane and tell him the theory about Lady Marin, the missive called him to Hammerfall, far east of here. He may have stopped at Refuge Point on the way. It's a Stromic encampment about halfway to the Orc Town. Because of the frequent bandit attacks in the area, I believe he meant to stop and check with our people there.
Dismissed.
All right.
If you leave now, you might catch up with Lord Trollbane at Refuge Point. But watch out for bandits.
All right. Guys, let's watch out for bandits and be very careful. Flies to the moon. Like, like what?
Over here, champion. Come look.
All right, bandits wearing red and white, but their garments don't resemble any of Stromgarde's military uniforms.
Whomever they attacked got away, but may need help.
Several set of tracks heading eastward. Okay, eastward. Let's go.
We mean you no harm.
You expect me to take your word?
I give aid to who needs it. Refuge Point was attacked as well. I saw it burning and rode in to help.
I am here as a representative of the people of Hallowfall. Red Dawn emblems here and at Newstead. I wonder if...
All right, Hammerfall has suffered attacks as well. Got it. Early on, these attacks on the settlement seemed like pockets of bandits competing for resources. Now they're better coordinated, as if they're working together as a group. That's bad news for everyone.
Lothar, I fight for the Highlands. Keep your senses keen.
These bandits, do they call themselves Defias?
Defias.
Did they mention the Red Dawn?
You dare think you can stop what's coming? You dare think you can stop the Red Dawn?
Yep. I sure do, fella.
No matter. Our job here is done. You will never defeat all of us.
I will say it's one of my things about WoW's villain making as of recently. It's like villains have to be these single-dimensional, just deplorable characters. They're not justifiable or like morally gray. They're just kind of like weaselly and just like somewhat comical as characters more than anything. That tabard. It is the Scarlet Crusade. That's a Herod's shoulder if I've ever seen it. Start a new guy in retail. Nice. Very, very cool.
You're saying Danath was never called to Hammerfall?
On my life, Geara said nothing of it. Loktar.
There is so much yet to learn in the topside world.
First an attack on Newstead Farm by Defias, now an attack on Refuge Point by the Scarlet Crusaders. Different groups of bandits, but both speaking of the Red Dawn and carry the same emblem. Joseph is directly involved. We should be there as soon as possible.
Our light brings unity. If Danath did not come here, and Geara did not call him to Hammerfall, then...
Go to Hammerfall. If your lord is not there, Geara and Eitrig can help
You're
you.
back. Yuri. All right, skirt. Music's good though. So the Defias and the Scarlet Crusade are banding together.
Danath never arrived?
This all seems very alliance censored.
I do not know, but you have my word. We will fight him.
Nathan's not here. Farron says he journeyed to Hammerfall because we requested a meeting. I sent no such message.
Go as you will. Dispatch all available outriders to search for Danath. Geara has...
Marauders burned down my farmstead. The orcs drove them off and brought me here for shelter.
They're gonna be friends.
Orcish food is hard on my teeth.
If our food's so tough, human, then don't eat it.
Yeah, quit complaining.
Not so long ago, these humans wanted to kill us. Why is Eitrig helping them? Better to leave them.
It looks like the Outriders have all gone.
Finally.
If orcs have long warred against the humans, why help them?
Long ago, a human showed me great kindness. I strive to honor his memory by protecting the weak and defenseless.
Oh my god. Friendship.
May the darkness never find us here.
No word from the Outriders yet, but Atrig has not told Gaia of Danath's disappearance. I have told him we would go and give her the news. She's at Goshek Farm dealing with Witherbark troll attack. Ooh, the Witherbark trolls.
We'll tell Gaia of Danath's disappearance.
A little blast from the past.
Hopefully he will arrive here before we return.
Oh, I tried to lie super close to the ground.
Wait, I have information about the Red Dawn. Help me, and I'll tell you what I know.
All right.
Ara-Kara will claim victory. Go with honor.
Syndicate human came for us, helping to trade information for the rescue mission. Syndicate is a recent thorn in our side, so I had half a mind to cut him down where he stood, but he claims to have vital information, and with this news of the Danath's disappearance, it might be worth the risk to raise the ass.
Skies once
more. The Witherbark? As in the Amani Witherbark? The Orathi's ancient foe.
My brothers and I have served in the Syndicate for years. We are the true patriots of the Kingdom of the Alterac. But now we have some changes in leadership, and we're not sure if it's the same Syndicate anymore.
I just want out.
Oh, so you're a rat. So you're a rat. I got you. All right. We ride. Get him. $1 million DPS with single button. All right. Was this Perry? Press the prisoner for information. I won't plant evidence against the Horde ever again, I promise. It was him. Once a rat, always a rat. Kill him. I'm being cooked. Help me. Press him for information. Told the Syndicate folks joining the Red Dawn was a bad idea. Working with bandits like the Defias and lunatics of the Scarlet Crusade, the Syndicate are more respectable than us. Well, clearly not. Bunch of all rats. All right. They're using me for target practice. Okay. Told my brothers we picked the wrong assignment. I wanted to infiltrate Hammerfall and spy on the orcs with the others, but no, my brothers thought that was too dangerous. Man, these guys are idiots.
The heart of the Maghar is pure and strong.
I'm not. I swear. Syndicate is on their way to attack Hammerfall for the Red Dawn.
Team is claiming the scum are going to attack Hammerfall another day. I would not be concerned.
War is all
now
we
I
know.
am. This is serious, chat. Serious stuff. Very important.
Ara, champion, Faerun. Then Hammerfall is not lost. We will retake it ourselves. Report.
Such a fool. I should not have sent away the Outriders. Without them, the Syndicate have overrun
Eyes
Hammerfall.
open, weapon ready.
I caught a glimpse of who was leading the attack. It looks like Joseph the Enlightened. Man.
I have so very many questions.
Forward!
That Joseph. That wily little Joseph. Will we see the Red Dawn 11.3, 12.0? It seems like the end of this, or 11.3 is going to be more of jumping back into the Ethereals and Xalatath. But I mean, in the grander scheme of things, I could see this being like a mini thing. Koresh, yeah, Koresh. Something like that. A lot of possibilities, but... Alright, we saved the people. We're so smart and handsome at the same time. Okay. Oh. Who there? I will say I like the Lore Walker Chobe stuff better so far. But that just appeals to me better than the Arathi do right now. What do I think about them nuking combat add-ons? Honestly, I think that I don't want one-to-one translations to what add-ons currently are. I think that's probably my biggest grief with it, is it seems like they're trying to just make a one-to-one like translation of them. Like if you create the same need for them, but you just put the Blizzard like tag on it, to me that's not fixing the issue. That's going like, hey, we want ownership and we want to take the power away from add-on developers who are, you know, who have been working on the game, because we don't want them making the game trivialized. Remember when they added voice chat? It was awful. Yeah, so like I don't need their one-to-one version of it. I just want it to be like, hey, if the weak aura was solving a problem that the game should have been projecting, like if an ability was to happen, or if we need to know something's happening in a raid boss fight, I shouldn't need an add-on to tell me. The design should be built to where I should be able to understand it by simply playing the game. So as long as they keep in mind, like, okay, what does this add-on solve? Okay, how can we solve it without an add-on first? All right, we can't solve this issue without some sort of additional thing. How can we make it easier? As long as it always like works in that two-step process, then hey, you know, I'm okay with it. I don't mind at all.
You again. I will not go easy on
Yeah, no, I remember when things like voice chat were added. I remember when things like were initially added for accessibility purposes, and yeah, just I don't know. That's why like even like the single button rotation, like we meme on it a bunch. You know, like there's accessibility benefits to it, sure.
You are fortunate I changed my mind and spared you. Next time I will not.
A lot
be
of stuff
so
created with
forgiving.
accessibility benefits. Do you ever think, like, does Blizzard ever think, I wonder, why do people need a single button rotation in the system? Is it because there's too much buttons? Is it because there's button bloat? It's because you make the leveling process so fast that people don't have time to learn their classes? The integrated eye level nicely. I hope it goes like that. Oh, with like how they do it now. It used to be like what, like gear score? Something like that. Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't say they integrated it nicely at first, but over time, yeah, definitely improved. I'd say that there was a big problem with, like, power creep whenever they first, like, tried to make it more regulated, but I'd say, yeah, nowadays, it's a bit more reasonable. I think that the issue is, like, for example, with the new belt, is it's a constant moving target of where we should place things, whether it's the Cersei circlet or it's the new belt or it's the new cape that's going to be coming out. So it's like there's a lot of things that move. Why the level crunch was needed? Yeah, level crunch, and then I think we need an ability crunch because we did a crunch back in MOP, and now my talent trees look like this. They're massive. I need these to be smaller again. I want to condense things. Around it were the bodies of the Stromik soldiers. It could be Danath's escort, or it could be another hapless group. Either way, we must investigate. Let us hope Danath is not among the dead.
Good. Now let's find
Danath. There's too many passives on passives on passives on passives. Like, for example, one of my main abilities, of course, you know, as an arms warrior, is Mortal Strike. If I type in Mortal Strike, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 abilities. 14 abilities that interact with Mortal Strike in some form or fashion. That's a lot. That's a lot. It shouldn't be that much. Or if you're gonna put that much, just condense it. You know, make it 1 or 2 abilities.
Why would
Too much.
And
you can do that with any class or any ability for that matter. It's just there's so many.
Something is wrong here.
Fight with
This was not done by simple bandits. The spot was chosen specifically for an ambush, and these troops were taken down so quickly and effectively. We must search for Danath among the dead. Okay. Tell the others what you discovered. The axe appears orcish in origin, but otherwise unfamiliar.
That axe was forged.
That axe.
We abandoned many like it.
So many lightning talents, yeah.
The end of the last war.
The lightning boys. And lightning gals. Just living out. Just shooting them spirit fingers. All over the place. Alright, more.
Here is like being in the stories I was told as
Spot a small object half buried in the dirt. When you brush the dirt off, you recognize the Red Dawn emblem. Okay.
We've seen that emblem twice before. Was this the work of the Red Dawn?
Was it? If we had taken Danath, we wouldn't have left. We would not have left our axes behind.
And planted them for the Red Dawn. But why?
To start a war that would destroy both Stromgarde and Hammerfall.
Alright, so someone trying to start a civil war.
Then we must search for Danath, starting at Argarok, and alert Stromgarde of what we have found.
Yeah, no, I overall, I agree with the idea of, like, add-ons. Overall,
war is all
I think need to be banned. I think for a long time people have started to rely on them, and it's become too much overall to deal with. I think most people are of the opinion that I think it needs to change, but I don't think that's a immediate thing. We need to get back to Stromgarde and tell Colonel Niles and Danath has been kidnapped. She surely will commit all our resources to a search. Okay. Will she though?
I will inform Stromgarde and ask for their help in the search. With luck, I can forestall any aggression.
My big problem with the combat add-on journey is it seems like basically for the rest of the War Within, we're going to be play testing all of these add-ons, and then by the time the next expansion comes out, they're going to be like, look at all these polished add-ons, and then we're all going to be kind of like a bit bitter by that point, I imagine. So I don't know how I feel entirely about it, but overall, I think it's an overall good.
Farewell. We do.
But if you watch my TikTok, I made a whole video on it too.
To rescue the Lord of Stromgarde? I thought you were in charge here.
I think we can drop the charade now, Veronica.
You're behind this. The Red Dawn? Danath's disappearance?
Yes. And now that my uncle is gone, I'm free to do what I wish. footmen! Stop this madness! You're all Arathi! And I thought you were once. Now you'll suffer for not joining our cause.
Ooh. I've been playing since DBC. I think War Within is my favorite of them all. Solo delves rule. I'm also older now. I have less time delves counting evolved as many. Amazing. I'd say a lot of things you can do solo too, you know, nowadays, whereas the group content was both necessary and time consuming. So it's definitely more accessible. I'm still able to do Mythic Plus and stuff like that. But I'm in the same boat. You know, I played for a very long time. Hello? Is it downstairs? Did I miss something? Oh, I gotta talk to someone first.
At your service.
But I found you. I need all the odds I can get.
You know where to find me.
I'll search for Tavern. Marion was ready for us. She had an army of soldiers I've never seen before. They call themselves the Red Dawn, but I think they're just bandits wearing uniforms they took from our supplies.
Stay safe. I need to rally more loyal troops. You see if you can find Tavern.
Yeah, I like the solo content. I just don't like... I think overall, I think solo content is one of those things that you can view as an overall improvement in the game. But I think the downside to it that I guess maybe an unintended consequence is that I think there's an overall disdain for people who prefer group content and for people who put more of the effort and do the group content. Like, to me, like, I may not always be able to do group content, but I'll always respect it and understand that, like, I may not get the same quality or like caliber of gear. But one thing that to me could improve it is if you made solo content more balanced. Like, I've been doing Horrific Visions 8 mask attempts for like the longest time, and they've been totally miserable and they felt unfair, felt unbalanced. But then there's some classes that have been able to do it since week 2, so it's like ridiculous to me. Many years ago, the Alterachi were one of the first to set out to storm Strom and build a nation away from Arathor. The kingdoms of Alterac and Stromgarde have quarreled over the years, but now we must remember our shared history. It is now time for our people to unite once more. We are not enemies, but cousins. I will take the first step in offering peace and reconciliation. I invite remnants of Alterac, known as Syndicate, to join the Red Dawn. We are a faction that will fight for all humans, no matter their kingdom or creed. So like a Vox Populi type of thing. Yeah, Mythic Sunday night I do Mythic Plus, but never more than a +4, +5. Yeah, I mean, I probably will stop personally around like +10s. I may try to push for 3K, but I'm not in any particular rush. I'll probably just do like +10s and then kind of accept it. I'm not shooting for mythic gear, so I'm okay with just doing like hero, like maxing out hero gear maybe, you know, like, but that's about it. Like, there's a clear like stop for me. Read on the scrolls. I henceforth renounce all allegiances and swear my loyalty to the Red Dawn. Ooh. They're doing cult rituals down here and stuff like that. D-raid. Occasionally I was doing normals, like normal Undermine raids, on a regular basis. Same thing with New Rubar Palace. I kind of stopped right at heroic, whereas New Rubar Palace I pushed through till heroic. Just because like I wasn't really interested anymore. I have done up to Mug Z on heroic, but it's just because of lack of care that I haven't pushed through heroic. I used to specifically raid and like focus on raiding content, but brothers and sisters of the Scarlet Crusade, long have we fought to eliminate the scourge of the undeath from our land. Long have we suffered the defeat after defeat at their hands. It's time to change. We must seek our allies to help us in the glorious crusade. More than that, We must lend our aid to those with even greater aspirations. Let us not only save this world from undead, but make it paradise for humans everywhere. Joseph the Enlightened. Yeah, I feel that. I just like the ratings for story and lore. Yeah, and for the most, the thing is, like with the with that is now that they have the story mode in LFR and you can basically queue into normals like easy peasy. I'd say most people can raid. I just think that for the most part, the Undermine raid was quite underwhelming as far as like what it was trying to say overall. Like it was like Gallywix, and then it was like, okay, Gallywix is gone now. So it was kind of just over before it even really like started and mattered. But then again, I didn't really have high hopes for it either. It was just kind of like a, to me, it was just like kind of like a spoof or a parody patch, you know, something to spend your time doing while you're driving around a car and stuff like that. It's not like a, it doesn't have to be all that deep anyways. Like I wasn't expecting a huge revelation from it either.
Can I help you?
Felt like a side plot, like he gave up the Dark Heart before we even hit the raid. Yeah, so it's like a lot of it was kind of just like, it was kind of like what was it, like classic Mario. Hey there. Like the princess is in another castle. It's like, oh, okay, so I see. I get it now. Like, I guess. Oh, I guess we can attack him. Let me, this one. Defias have been filled by the leadership, first by Van Cleefs and now Ratsborn. These charlatans have been satisfied with their banditry and petty thievery. They suffer from a lack of imagination. The Defias were founded to remove the corrupt nobles of Stormwind. We were to bring justice, honesty, and integrity back to our rulers. We've lost sight of that no longer. Okay, so this is basically how they recruited everybody. Makes sense. I hope that Ghost of Koresh and Dimensius are as epic as the previous show. Yeah, with this whole like lore walk show, like Zalatath, the preview there, and then the Ethereals, I think there's a lot of potential there. There's also a lot of potential to just drop the ball entirely as well. If I'm looking at overall what they need to do, though, they just need to, overall, they need to bring the Zalatath bit to a bit of a, not to a close, but like change the dynamic. Because right now we're in a dynamic where Zalatath is always like 10 steps ahead. So like even when we win, we're losing still. So I think there needs to be a dynamic change there where she gets more desperate, more brutal, more ornery, and or the challenges that we face are less side story-ish and kind of like a gag. Feels like a lot of the villains we've been facing and a lot of the characters we see is like, this character's a goofy goober, you gotta beat them, hope you can, hee hee, like, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna done. Like, there's not really a whole lot of intensity to it, but when Zalatath's on her own, it does feel very intense. So it's like, I need there to be a little bit more at stake. I think it's because she lost the Dark Heart to the Ethereals. Yeah, that was the idea. Need to mitigate my expectations. Yeah, I'm in kind of a similar boat. Need to be a little bit more realistic, unfortunately. And where is it? Yeah, right. Like one of the coolest, like, honestly, that felt like a villain. That felt like a villain, truly. Truly. I'm still kind of salty though about not getting a dragon riding boss fight. Everyone was talking about that like it was gonna happen. Like, nope. Still salty, but still though, definitely one of the best like iterations of like unexpected great villain, you know, like to come along. He's Galakron's legacy. He's Galakron's legacy and just dips out. We never hear from him again. Yeah, I mean, like that's what everyone, I think everyone who glazes WoW a bit, you know, we all glaze WoW a little bit in some ways, right? But everyone who overly glazes WoW says like, oh yeah, they're playing like the long haul, like the long game, the long con. Like it's all gonna come together. I really think it's gonna be kind of like patched in a little bit, you know? Like it'll fit in. Like the puzzle piece will fit, but it's gonna be a little like rough around the edges. So I wouldn't be like, you know, overly crazy about it. But that said, I am still like, I still want it to be good. I'm critical of it, but I don't want it to be bad. I want it to be good. The range on this thing is insane. No wonder they're nerfing it. By the way, they're nerfing, for those of you who don't know, they're nerfing charge bolts like next reset. So get your use out of it this week because they're definitely nerfing it. I glazed WoW right until they retcon Jailer. Retcon, that's the word I always forget. The retcon Jailer. Sacred Flame. And the Great Evil. Yeah, it just
You know where to find
the thing is, like, if they just did it a little bit different with like the pacing and how they did it, it would be so much more. It would have worked.
We will take him down together.
Like the power dynamic struggle, the basically like the greater good. You know, like yes, I'm a villain, but I'm doing it because there's a greater good that yes has the cost of something, but it's what's necessary. You know, it's definitely evil, but at least you vouch or you understand it a bit more. But it was done so sloppily that when we got to it, that I don't think anyone cared.
No, my shield! But I'm the enlightened one, the Scarlet Crusader.
The Scarlet Crusader, you say?
Come on, let's find Danath and Eitrig.
And the first ones, come on. I mean, come on.
Stop this! Danath fought to save all of Azeroth.
He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Kar-Zalgar. You'll never understand. For Erethdor! The Red Dawn will rise again.
Killer.
No! Do not make her a martyr. Our history will read. Faerun, true daughter of the Arathi, allowed Merrin to live without her title and name. The Red Dawn vanished from the Highlands forever.
This is
Need to work on the graphics detail of that top. I think someone tried to invent the Cosmos chart, which is great, and tried to reverse engineer it in game.
The cycle of war, it never ends, does it?
One day,
I feel like it's the Tolkien way of doing things, like how do things fit in the universe and how they ought to like not only commingle and interact, how do they fit into the overarching like worlds. But I feel like we need people who have a better mastery of not just narrative writing, but also world building. I feel like whoever is doing narrative is often not next to the person who's like who's building the world. Merrin was given mercy. I'm still not sure she deserved it, but there's little she can do now without her name and title. After failing twice, Stromik will not follow her, and without the power, name, or title wielded, she is useless to the bandits.
Working together is not just an
You think they're gonna kill this off before it even starts?
Excuse me if I talked out of... Go on ahead, champion. Eitrig and I have some diplomatic red tape to clean up, I'm sure.
Red tape. You think this Red Dawn's gonna be killed off before it starts, or they're just gonna come out with like a dungeon?
This is not how I expected my first visit outside Kaz-Algar to go. I am here as a representative of the people of Hallowfall.
Damn, your shield is in the ground. You could have taken it off or something. Perhaps I was too naive. This place isn't the shining or testament to the history of my people, as I thought it might be. It's the same as everywhere. People are struggling to survive.
Faith and farewell.
I'm sorry. Stromgarde was not what you expected.
You were right. I was naive.
A new dungeon or delve.
No,
Yeah.
Tavern, I was wrong.
I love the Scarlet Crusade, so I'm into it.
How?
I said Thoradin's wall was just a wall. But what it represents does exist. In you.
I don't see...
You have been a guiding light. Saving my life. Bringing us together. Reminding me of my true mission. You look to the past, but you are our future. And I am glad of that.
Perhaps... Perhaps the New Dawn is not what Marin wanted. But us. Returning here for our people.
I hope you are right.
And me too.
There is so much yet to learn.
My mage can send you back to Dornagol, but you'll always be welcome in Stromgarde, champion.
I think it sets a good foundation. I mean, if I'm looking at this overall, I think that we're done, right? I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. So I think that overall, this sets a really solid foundation for a good side villain. You know, if we're gonna think about like Xal'atath being the main aspect of the War Within and what we're facing, this could be a thing where it has no connection necessarily to it, but it's a conflict that we're all facing because these are organizations that are weak alone, but together they're strong. So, or they could cause a lot of subversion, a lot of problems, a lot of civil war, a lot of tensions that weren't necessarily there. So facing Xal'atath is tougher. Like, we can't all be kumbaya whenever we're at each other's throats because of plots that are being set up by the most underhanded and stealthy organizations out there. So that could be a possibility of something that could happen. But do I necessarily like trust Blizzard to set that up in a way where it's like, okay, this is how these things are going to interact with the main story? I don't know. What's up, Asmodean? How you doing? We just did the new story, the Red Dawn story. I think it was interesting. I think there's a lot of possibilities as far as how neat they could make this. Is it just something to burn time and they just add a little dungeon or a delve or something like that in the future? Maybe. Would I like to see this, like, oh yeah, the Defias pillagers first stole the resources from the Horde and then posing as Alliance broke some sort of law or treaty, and now these people who are normally your allies are pissed off at you. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be just a lot. I like it when the tensions are there and, like, you know, like the seriousness and the graveness of what we face is there. Whether or not that ends up happening, I mean, hey, that's up for debate. that could or may or possibly
even though
be a thing. So it's all up in the air. I suppose, is the answer. Yeah, story wasn't too long. It wasn't too crazy. So I switched from YouTube to here. It's me, Asmodean. No, hey, what's up, Vandal? Or do you prefer? What do you prefer, Vandal or Asmodean? Vandal? Okay. Yeah, so I think overall, I think that there's a lot of cool things that have been brought up in the time of War Within. Let's go to bedside notification. Ooh. So you're saying you're sleeping with me. There's a lot of things that have been brought up in the time of War Within where I've been excited and maybe somewhat cautiously optimistic, but maybe things didn't kind of meet up to the caliber I was expecting. I don't know if anyone here has listened to the audio story for Faerun. I really didn't think it was all that good. He basically, like, the story was about, without spoiling it, it mentions a character that you don't see at all, and by the time the story's over, there's no potential for us to see that character ever. So we're just kind of like, it's like, oh, so instead of getting like more insight into the Arathi, we kind of just got a lot of like, kind of like a bedtime story-esque caliber. And I gotta bounce, but glad I found the stream. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, not a problem at all. And we stream WoW, but we also stream indies every once in a while, and we play a lot of different games. Of course, we do make a lot of WoW content, so you're always welcome to hang out with us and chat about WoW. So thank you for hanging out with us today. I appreciate it. Did you play PTR? I did not. I don't play PTR. I've seen a lot of people who are on point with that. I kind of leave it to the news folks to kind of do that. I don't know why I picked up that one. I kind of leave it to the people who do like the news and like the people who like are on the cutting edge of gameplay do that kind of stuff, because whenever they like the content, I get to make a video. Whenever they don't like the content, I get to make a video. So it's kind of a win-win for me personally. But yeah, no, I personally don't I don't jump into PTR just because I think, one, too much extra effort, but and I don't feel like doing it, but two, I think that it's much better for me to see what people like and dislike about it, and then I get to make content off it. So much easier for me to make videos off of that versus try to like play it for 20 hours. What server you play on? I play on Khazad-dûm right now. I normally play on Malorn, to be honest. But I have some friends who play on this realm. Not that it matters nowadays, but I've been playing on Khazad-dûm for this expansion. I used to be very realm like particular, and always played one, but now I'm kind of a refugee of sorts. I kind of just play on whatever. Personally. But I will say the dungeon pool does look pretty decent. I will say I saw Ara-Kara coming. Whenever they put out the polls and Ara-Kara was on the list, I'm like, people are just voting on this because they want Sackbrood again. So I'm gonna laugh my ass off when Sackbrood is on there, yes, but it's nerfed. I am going to die laughing. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm so excited. People are gonna be so mad. Got like stuck. Got stuck on a wall. On a wall. And then Dawnbreaker. I swear they put Dawnbreaker on there because people disliked it the most. I think on the poll, they literally downvoted it the most. And I think they put it on there to be like, well, this'll give them the most challenge. So many people disliked Dawnbreaker. I didn't mind it. I like it was kind of like quirky. I like it better than Rookery. I'll say that much. And Cinderbrew. And Dark Cleft. So I like it better than other dungeons for sure, but I just find it funny that it was so disliked, and then it's gonna be one of those. But I like what was picked overall for season 3. Are you guys okay with this being like the last, like 11.3 being like the last bit to this expansion? Does this expansion feel like it's gone on long enough for you guys? Do you feel like it's been too long or too short? Do you feel like they extended it too much too? Because I feel like right now, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I haven't, I feel like each expansion makes you change how you feel about like the story and the game. I don't feel very different from when I started. But when I look at the time, I'm like the timeline, I'm like, man, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. We started making content, we started making like videos about like 6 or 7 months ago now. And we stopped playing like other content and like other games, like a lot of other games we stopped playing. So I think I've changed a bit, but maybe just the game didn't do it. Just what I do in the game changes or has changed. I was tanking at the beginning of this expansion, but then I started making like a bunch of videos and streaming a bunch. And I was like, yeah, I don't got time to tank. I don't got time to be a tank. Because, no offense to guide makers, but if you tank in WoW, it is difficult to be a tank and make like videos. Because like you gotta like constantly tune your gameplay. There's so much pressure to be a tank. Or when you are a tank. I keep on forgetting what the color of the potion is. I think it's red. Go back. I'm gonna go back again. I forgot again. I keep on forgetting. Green. 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 But yeah, no, I feel like we started this expansion. Xalatath bad, you know, Dalaran bye-bye. And Illyria kind of making foolish choices, similar to a particular night elf who made some silly choices. And then really that's it. Like, yeah, the Nerubians were involved, and some were friends, some were enemies, some were enemies to friends, some were friends to enemies. But overall, I mean, nothing really happened. And then Undermine, some were enemies, some were friends, some were enemies to friends, some were friends to enemies. But overall, they made up, you know, like friendship at the end. So, yeah. I don't really feel like anything's happened. I don't feel like anything super substantial has happened. So maybe the end of it, you know, will pray tell something along those lines, you know? We'll learn something, we'll laugh, we'll cry. Bidum bim bidum bim bida bidum bida 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 bidum bim bidum bim. All right. We're just chugging away. We're just chugging away. And Hogger again. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just such a cluster. You just got like inch, move, heal. Inch, move, heal. Inch, move, heal. Push, block, parry. Push, block, parry. Just nonstop. All right. You again? My God. Bro. Give it up. All right. Dear Lord. Oh my God. It's green. Color is green. I keep on forgetting that. Almost forgot it again. What? What? Okay. Okay. Oh. It's gonna make me pull my hair out. What little I have left. It's gonna be gone. Okay. All right, we did our story. I said to myself I'd do more ale and sail. So let's see if I can change my stuff real quick.